Welcome to the 2019 Eastern Canadian U14 Girls Fast Pitch Championships, presented by 360 Live and powered by Bell Alliance. My name is Keith Rains, and we're getting ready for our second game of the championships. And we've got a great one here where the Lions of Lac de Saint Louis, merci beaucoup, monsieur, are taking on the Mississauga, Ontario. Mississauga is the second-ranked team out of Ontario, and the Lions are number one. I was just saying earlier.
Bienvenue au deuxième jeu. Welcome to the second game. We're finding the Mississauga Tigers versus the Quebec Lions.
I was just saying we hosted the TELUS Cup here a few years ago in Quispamsis. And the Lions of St. Louis, always an outstanding hockey program coming out of that area. And they have a great product, and obviously they have some pretty good young ladies, too, that can play sports. So should be a very entertaining game this afternoon. We're glad you could tune in. This actually, this field is in Meehan's Cove, along the banks of the Kennebecasis River, in the town of Quispamsis, New Brunswick, which is about a 15-minute drive outside of St. John, for any of you who are familiar with the area here. But we had a little bit of rain overnight, not much, 4 to 5 milliliters. Overall, it's been a very dry summer here in southern New Brunswick. Haven't had a lot of rain. So right now, I think game temperature, we're about 23 degrees Celsius. So we're getting underway here, and Lions are the home team.
Number 2, Zanaya Jackson.
So Zanaya Jackson is up at the plate. 1-1. These games are 7 innings in length, unless we have a mercy rule. And what I mean by the mercy rule is the amount of runs. If one team has more than 15 runs or more at the end of 3 innings, the game is stopped. 10 runs at the end of 4 innings. And 7 runs at the end of 5. The shortstop, Ella Zucchero is up. One out here, just starting the game, first inning. Strike 3, called looking. 2 strikeouts in a row for Jen, starting off this game.
Now batting, number 19, Kiera Moore.
Kiera Moore, the pitcher. Excuse me. Yep. Get the Tigers and the Lions mixed up here. There's a hit back to the pitcher, and that's it. 3 up and 3 down. Great way to start the game off for Mississauga as they're coming to the plate. A big shout out has to go out to the host committee, KV Softball, the KV Dynamite, and for you folks in Ontario, Quebec, that's the Kennebecasis Valley Dynamite, and Softball New Brunswick, and the Eastern Canadian Softball Championships. Host committee, they've done a tremendous job here over the years with girls softball, and we host the East Coast Games every year. It's Atlantic Canada's largest multi-sport event. We had 18 sports this past year. We have it the third week of June every year. And the girls softball part of it is just top run, basically like a maritime championship where we have the top teams from PEI, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick, and is hosted by the Kennebecasis Valley Dynamite team. And the age groups are U12, U14, U16. This past year, in the 18 different sports that we had here in the greater St. John region, over 2,200 athletes. But the softball event is one of the premier sports during the East Coast Games, and Brad Jennings and Kelly Lynch have done outstanding work, as well as all their many volunteers, to put a quality girls event on every year. So they're ready for this championship for hosting, and the hosting will be playing later on this afternoon at 4 o'clock. There's a special shout out to all the moms in Mississauga that were unable to make it to the East Coast. You're missing a great time here, and just want to say first of all, but we totally understand. And the girls just wanted to say thank you for all the support you give them, not only this year, but in all their many, many sporting endeavors. So thank you, moms. So first up, the Tigers is LD Fournier. Foul tip. Kieran Moore is a pitcher for Mississauga. Our umpires is Doug Young, and Brody Walsh is behind the plate. There's another foul straight back. She's on that pitch, though. Anytime you see a pitch that goes foul straight back, that means she's on it from a timing perspective. It's just a matter she just got a little underneath it. There's an off-speed pitch down the third base. Nice throw over and out at first. And there's always sometimes a little nerves here for these young ladies starting off this championship. They like to get the first inning or two underneath them, get a feel for the ball, get a look at the pitches. There's a strike. Moore's focus here earlier on, and nothing more than she would love is a 1-2-3, and there's another off-speed shot that's a little outside. Sear fouls that off. There's a nice pop to center field. Oh, a nice grab. Dana Stenhouse with the catch. 2 away. As they hit the pitcher tip, Moore catches it, and safe at first as the first baseman got drawn off the base with that throw. And that was Segala with, I missed the replay. Oh, she got hit by a pitch. That was number 33 there, Shamoon.
Okay, now that we replaced the batteries in the microphone, we're back. Now batting, numero 15, Tamara McKinty.
I was teasing the PA announcer today. It was so funny because I said, "Now you make sure you got batteries, backup batteries for that microphone," because I've been involved in cordless mics and stuff, and I said the batteries. And sure enough, what happened? Because they said, "Why isn't she announcing the hitters and stuff?" And she goes, "So I'll have to tease her in between innings on that one." But anyway, we're back, and they're back, so hopefully that will be taken care of. Got runners on first and second for Quebec. Tamara up at the plate. Third base. Moore, that's a little high. Bottom of the first inning, folks. 3-1. One more ball and the bases are full. There's a pop-up. It's going to be in play. Moore. Oh, nice play by the first baseman for the third out. That could have been a danger. That's a 3-1.
After one complete inning, the score is 0-0.
It was a 3-1 count. Runners on first and second, 2 out, and she got her to pop out to the first baseman. So we have zeros at the end of the first. I'd like to give a shout out to the sponsors. And obviously to host an event like this, you have to have outstanding sponsors and great community supporters. And Simply for Life, Pinnacle Painting, and Leisure Time and Services, as well as Harry Kuglin Exit Realty Specialists, Doran Sports Excellence, Kent's, Greg Pools, Town of Quispam Sis, Source Atlantic, UPS Rosse, Subway, Quispam Sis location, Printworks, McDonald's, Foodland of Quispam Sis, Giant Tiger, Capital Foods, Chaisson Limont Dentistry, Good Life Fitness, and Valley Cruisers Car Club. And I can tell you there, there's probably a parent involved in that one. But thank you very much for the sponsors to help make this outstanding event possible for the all the teams, and a great experience for the girls participating in it and the coaches this weekend. There's a ground to the first base, and it's bubbled, and no time, and it's safe. And that's was the first baseman there, A.B. Steen.
Batting number 17, Madeline Junot.
Madeline Junot, the catcher for the Tigers. We got Tigers, we got Lions, we got there's a hit into the gap. Nice bit of hitting there by Junot.
Now batting number 6, Victoria Lopez.
Lopez, left field. There's a little one back to the pitcher. She looks at third, throws it to first for the out. But the runners move up to second and third.
Now batting for the Tigers, number 26, Ava DeFourier.
Ava DeFourier, second base. DeFourier.
Thank you.
Got a correction there. There's another one to the shortstop. Bottles. Nice pickup. Out at first. Run scores.
The next batter, number 4, Deanna Stenhouse.
Center fielder, Deanna Stenhouse. Got a cleat untied, sort of tough to tie those cleats when you got gloves on. So the third base coach helped her out. Oh, out in front of that pitch. Good off speed. Way out in front. That's low. It bounced. Nice block. Good block by the catcher. And when those balls are down in the dirt, all you want to do is get your body in front of it. Stop it from going to the backstop, especially with runners on base. There's another one bouncing. Another nice block. And that's Laura Seal. That's low again. And we have a runner on, so we got runners on first and third.
Now batting number 14, Sarah Benoit.
Sarah Benoit, third base. Bottom of the first. There's a high one. That gets to the backstop, but it comes right back. Nice cover, good recovery. And you can see why this team is the #1 seed coming out of Quebec. Just fundamental things like that. When there's a wild pitch, don't panic. Quickly get back to it. The pitcher was covering home plate. No run came across. There's a good pitch on the outside corner. Two strikes. So just couldn't get to it. Stays alive. 2 out. Bottom of the first. 1 run is across. And that gets away. Runner's coming home this time. Safe at home. And the runner from second goes up to third. Fourier makes it home. Goes for a 2-0 lead. High. Full count. Oh, nice. Good pitch and good little piece of that bat there. Got a piece of it to stay alive. 2 out. Runner on third. Would dearly love to get that third run in. That bounces, she walks, and the runner's coming home and gets it standing up. This is all happening with 2 out.
Batting number 2, Zanaya Jackson.
Jackson struck out her first time. Zayana is a right fielder for the Tigers. I do a little off-speed, slow pitch there, but just hit a little bit too much of the right leg there and affect the release of it high again. And that's exactly what's happening with Ontario bench is talking about making the pitcher work, and they have made her work this inning, where she had a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Two and two. 2 out. There's a, just pulled foul. Jackson was out in front of that one. Still 2 and 2. We're glad you could tune in this afternoon, folks. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast. As these girls have a busy full schedule of games in front of them. Tonight there's going to be a little social. There's going to be a beach party here at Meehan's Cove for all the participants. There's an off-speed shot, and that's grabbed, and that's the 3rd out. They're home. So it's the bottom of the second, correct? Yeah, bottom of the second. Is it 3-0? Bottom of the second inning coming up here. 3-0 is the score after going down 1-2-3 in the first. Mississauga struck for 3 in the second. Now the Lions need to respond. You are tuning in to the 2019 Eastern Canadian U14 Girls Fast Pitch Championships presented by 360 Live.
Pour les Lions, Mathilde Lavigne.
Powered by Bell Alliant. My name is Keith Rains, and we're at Meehan's Cove, Chris Francis, New Brunswick, on the banks of the Kennebecasis River. And there's a nice bit of hitting by number 51, Madeleine Lavigne.
Au bâton, maintenant, Katia Jin.
Katia Jin is next up. The pitcher for the Lions. And that's foul. And I always find these pitchers are pretty good overall athletes. And we've seen that in the first game. The girl from Oromocto, New Brunswick team, was 3 for 3. Some runs batted in, and inside the park home run. And I guess when you're a pitcher, you get a chance to help your own cause out if you can get on base or bring some runners in. So let's see what Jin can do here. There's a hit right up the middle. And, oh, everyone's safe. That was a hard hit ball. And we have runners first and safe as a shortstop.
La prochaine frappeuse, numéro 20, Maya Bertrand-Nagy. Nagy.
Bertrand Nagy is next up, number 20. There's a bouncer to the shortstop. Go to the third for the force. Nice play there. Nice solid set of hands there, snagging that ball.
Batteur numéro 3, Mia Bolduc.
Mia Bolduc next up for the Lions. From the Lac Saint-Louis in La Belle Province. There's a bunt, and it stays fair. Nice, good play. Solid play. That bunt just died in front of home plate there. The ground is a little soft there, and you don't get much of a roll, but a perfectly executed bunt. Moved the runners up.
Frappeuse numéro 9, Elodie Fournier.
Fournier next up. She grounded out her first time up. Good pitch. Kara Moore, the pitcher. Small in stature, but a great arm. Oh, just almost snagged by Steen at first base. That was spinning down low. She ran to her left and just unable to squeeze that. 2-2. 2 out. Caught the outside corner for a strikeout.
Après 2 manches au complet, le pointage c'est 3-0 pour les
After 2 innings, it's 3-0.
Pour les Tigres. Les Tigers.
The next game for these teams, as you want to stay tuned, obviously, see what's happening, is Ontario. The Tigers play tomorrow morning at 8:30. Imagine the girls would be very excited with that schedule, because we all know how teenagers like to get up early. But this is a good test for them to get ready for school, because school's going to be going here in another week and a half, in which they're, I know, extremely excited about that. And they're playing PEI number 1. They'll be playing them tomorrow morning, and that PEI team's from Charlottetown. So that's 8:30 tomorrow morning, and for you Quebec fans, you get a chance to sleep in a little bit and have your morning coffee, as the Lions are on the field again at 10:30 tomorrow morning, and they'll be right here in Means Cove. We have 2 fields. We have Means Cove and we have Wells Field, and the Wells Field is about, I'm going to say about a 10-12 minute drive from here, heading back towards St. John, but it's in the town of Rossay, which is neighbors to Quispamsis. And it's a beautiful field there. So we have 2 fields going on here. As these teams are in the blue division, and in the blue division is Ontario. These 2 teams, as well as New Brunswick, number 1, and the host team, KV's Dynamite, and PEI. And in the red division is Ontario 1, Quebec 2, New Brunswick 2, Prince Edward Island 2, and Nova Scotia 1. And that makes up the 2 divisions. Chloe Sauve is now pitching for the Lions, number 8 in your program. And that's
Now batting number 19,
Ella's second
Kiera
strikeout of the day so
Moore.
far. She's 0 for 2. And now next up is our pitcher, Kiera Moore, for the Tigers. High. I don't know where these girls get all the energy. In both dugouts, they just are non-stop when their teammates are up at the bat. They're singing songs. They get cheers. I don't know how they'll have any voices left by Sunday, but stay tuned. And that could be one of the questions that could be answered come Sunday, as we're into championship mode, semis and finals on Sunday. You can go on the KV Facebook for all the different
11,
information
Abby
and the game results. I'll give you all the hashtags and the locations that you can go to check out the standings and their schedule, so you're not to miss any. You can tell your friends and families to be tuning in to watch relatives, friends of relatives at this great championship. There's a ball that's pulled foul down the third base line. Abby Steen, first base, is at the dish. It's an off-speed pitch, but that's outside. Sauve missing with that one. Trying to change the speeds on the batter, as she was well out in front of that previous pitch. Just missing outside. That's a good pitch, though. Steen's got a big strike zone there. Tall girl. Three and one. So she's looking for a pitch in a certain location, and if she doesn't get it, she'll let it go. There's the pitch she wanted. Nice, solid single to left field. So now there's runners in first and second.
Now batting number 17, Madeline Junot.
Junot up to the plate, left-handed batter. And Madeline is the catcher. She's late on that pitch. Good heater by Sauve. And Sear, the catcher, doesn't want any balls to get by her here to move those runners up. Got runners on first and second. Nice pitch. 2 strikes. Sauve, late pitch, getting that off. She's got the fastball working well. And Juno is late, been late on them. So it just gives her There she is. Struck her out with the heater.
Now batting number 6, Victoria Lopez.
Lopez. Next up, 2 out here. In the top of the third. We got runners on first and second still, 2 away here. The top of the third. Two out here. We've got runners on third base. They moved up in that last play. Runners on first and third. Lopez last time out, grounded out. Good. Held back on that pitch. Good eye.
Now batting number 26, Ava Di Fiore.
Nice pitch by Sauve. Up at the plate now is number 26, DeFourier. Ava, second base. Nice pitch. Sauve wants to get out of this inning. Runners in second and third. One hit could drive in 2 runs. Good eye. Tough pitch to lay off, but she did. Whoa, how is she laying off those pitches? Good for her. Sauve's giving her good pitches, and she's holding back. Not in the location that... Got her on the outside corner for a third called strike. That was a big out for the Quebec girls, as they had... Tigers had runners in second and third. So now we're going to go to the bottom half of the third inning. Still 3-0. Now this evening, the ladies have a big beach party to go to here at Meehan's Cove. There's Meehan's Cove has a beach house down here where they host receptions and whatnot. Of course, right by the beach. So that will be a nice evening for the girls to all get together and get to know each other, as well as the coaches and the host committee. So that will be taking place tonight at 7 o'clock. And tomorrow we have a full day of games starting at 8:30 in the morning. I know, exciting. Our production and camera guys are really excited to have everything set up and ready to go for 8:30. So tomorrow it's 8:30, 10:30. There is a short opening ceremonies at 12 o'clock following the 10:30 match. And then we go at 1:30, 3:30, and 5:30 tomorrow. Lori Sear is up. Catcher. For the Lions. Lori's first time out, she flied out. There's a pop fly into short center field. And nice snag there. Steinhaus with the out in center field, snagging that ball down. Ball one. Outside. 3-0. And ball four. She draws a walk on 4 straight pitches. Emma Chamon. Emma's first time up, she was hit by a pitch. There, she's got to swing that time, and that's going to be popped up to the shortstop.
Maintenant au bâton, numéro 15, Tamara McGinty.
Tamara McGinty, third base. Tamara popped out her first time up, and the runner has advanced to second base. We have 2 out here in the bottom of the third. Good catch there by the catcher there as that ball bounced in front of her. Outside. Kara Moore getting behind these batters now. This is the second time she's gone 3-0 to a batter. Gets one there. As she walked Zagala on 4 straight pitches before she got the pop out. There's a hit up, and that is going to be safe. As the shortstop got over there in time, but she tried to hit the outside of her glove and was unable to get the throw off. So now we got 2 out, runners on the corners. Levine's up. Oh yeah, Levine she likes to walk into the pit. No, this isn't interesting. She walks in. She did that last time. She got a single in to right field her last time up. Sort of goes out and meets the ball part way. We got first and third here. She gets the signal from her third base coach. There's that walk again. Interesting. Runner takes off from first, takes second easily. So now second and third, 2 away. And boy, would a single be huge here to get the Lions right back in this game. Beats it on the ground. Run scores, and she's safe at first. I was looking for the umpire down first baseline, but since there's only 2, one behind the home plate, he was located off in the shortstop direction, made the call from there, so an infield single. And a run comes across for the Lions. Our vantage point here, we're a little blocked looking down first base as we're set up next to the Tigers dugout, and between the fencing and the door, and we really can't see first base. So probably our excellent camera work had that though, right? Okay, Chris. Good work, Chris. Stay stellar. Is it unplugged?
Après 3 manches au complet, after 3 complete innings, Mississauga Tigers 3, les Lions du Lac-Saint-Louis 1.
3-1. At the end of 3 complete. You all right now? Is it all right? On Saturday, the games are starting at 9 a.m., 9, 11, and 1. And then in the afternoon, we get into placement games at 4:30 and 6:30. So second place in A will versus third place in B. And second place in B will take on the third in A.
The first batter for the Tigers.
And then on Sunday, we have our playoffs are 9 a.m. These are all Atlantic Standard Time. 12 and 2:30. And that will be the gold medal game at 2:30. And 12 o'clock will be the bronze medal game. And then immediately following that, we'll have a awards presentation. So up to bat now is number 99, Abby Williams for the Tigers. Good pitch by Sauve. That blew that right by her. No balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 4th. There's a foul pitch. Get on that one, Abby did. And it's tough. This is her first time seeing Sauve, getting her timing on. So outside, good look. Chloe Sauve is a pitcher for the Lions. That's another foul one off. Abby's getting her swings in now. Each swing getting a little bit more comfortable. Still late on that fastball, though. She's Brody Walsh there, the umpire. He's out of softballs, fastballs, I guess. So now they got one to get back into play here. There's an off speed, but it was outside. See if she could get her chasing that, but Abby didn't want anything to do with that. Count is 2-2. There's another. And another good fight there. We got a good battle going here. She's shaking off her hand there. It's hit that on the lower end of the bat. A little vibration. There, she grounds one to the short. She eased up on the run. And she got out at first. But a good battle at the plate.
Now batting for the Tigers, number 9, Ariane Leroux.
Ariane Leroux is up. And this is her first time at the plate today.
Good eye, 9, good eye, 9. Let's go, Tigers, I can't hear you. Let's go, girls. All right, 9, now you see me. Come on. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes on LaRousse. Whoa, that got away from Sauve, but no damage done as there's no runners on base. Do you need to tape that or something? Yeah, in between innings. Yeah. Oh, went inside and she got hit. And she's awarded first base for her pain. 1 out here in the top of the 4th.
Our next batter, number 2, Zanaya Jackson.
Zanaya Jackson back up to the plate. Nice swing there. She was on that pitch, just a little underneath it. That's foul, and that's out of play, but it's caught. And that is the second out of the inning.
Next batter for the Tigers, number 28, Ella Zucchero.
Zucchero next up for the Tigers. From Ontario, number 2 seed out of the province. And for any of the moms that just tuned in because you were busy, the girls, the Tiger girls, wanted to have a big shout out and thank you for all the support. And I'm sure the Lions girls feel the same way. Some of the parents who are unable to make it to this beautiful part of the country, the girls just want to thank you for that. And it is, it's warm here today. What do you think the temperature is now? About 24 or so? 24, 25? Yeah. Because it was 21. It was overcast this morning. And now the sun is out, so it's probably at least 25. So we're very fortunate here as they have a nice little pop-up tent for us to be underneath to broadcast the games. We're down on the first base line, and that's a walk. So the inning
Next
stays
batter,
alive.
number 19, Kiera Moore.
Kiera, the pitcher for the Tigers, is up, and she's got runners in first and second. She really could help her cause out here, get a nice little single. She's taking a good hack at that one. And I imagine there will be a big crowd here after this game as the KV girls will be going against the New Brunswick #1 team. So I expect a full house here at Meehan's Cove. And what a beautiful day it is. If you couldn't be here, you could be on the Kennebecasis River because it's absolutely gorgeous. The Kennebecasis River flows down into the St. John River. And the St. John River is about 723 kilometers, goes all the way through our province. Starts up in northern.
Ready on the bases, Tigers. Ready out there.
Nice hit. Is that in the gap? It falls in. And one run comes across. And the second run's going in. It's coming in too. 2 runs more with the big hit. A double to center field. And I was saying,
Our next batter for the Tigers, number 11, Abby Steen.
got in the gap there between the center fielder and right fielder. And more, big 2 out.
Let's go, one. That's your play there, one. Let's go, Tiger.
We have one of our cameras. We have our camera set up down the first base line, and every now and then there's fans sitting down there in their lawn chairs, and they have a tendency to unplug our cameras with their feet, I guess. So I think we're down to, Chris, are we down to 2 cameras for a while here? So we try to get that fixed? That's what happened with the excitement. They're not. So we'll get that fixed for you, but we have 2 cameras. Cameras at home plate and first base. Is that our first base camera? Yeah. And
Let's go, Tigers. What to do? In and out, in and out.
get some tape there. So 2 more runs came across. 5-1, 5-1.
Left side, ladies. Left side, ladies. So I told them so they're going to get that. Let's go.
Yeah.
6'4" legs.
Au bâton pour les Lions, numéro 20, Maya Daltonaghi.
Yeah, the correct score is 5-1. We'll get that correct for you, but we have our camera. He's trying to get a camera plugged in here, and I think he has successfully accomplished that. So there was 2 runs scored in that inning, but that was by the Tigers. So they've gone up 5-1.
Must be a bad connection.
3-3. Okay. He just clicked the wrong button. No, it's a. To err is human. If you really want to screw up, we need a computer. Yep. Yeah, 5-1 Mississauga. 5-1. No. Bottom of the 4th. There's a well-struck ball. Nice swing there by Nagy. She grounded out her first time, so now she's 1 for 2. And that was a nice hit. There's a 1. Third baseman plays it to second, gets her at second, and safe at first.
Maintenant au bâton numéro 34, Laurie Dubuc.
Dubuc is up. Her first time at the plate. I think what normally happens is if we download it, then it's downloaded to their website or to softball camp. I'll find out from the organizer. Because like we have it, but it goes to them.
Okay.
And then
Because they
whatever
said to me
decide
that you
if
might
they
put it on YouTube or something like
if
that.
they archive it or whatever. But I'll find that out and I'll make an announcement on that too.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Yeah. There's a hit down the first base line, down the right field. A nice single there. We're just multitasking here. We got parents asking questions about YouTube and archives, and I take off one head, I put on the other. I see that, yeah. So now we got runners on first and second. And up to the plate is Lori Sear, the catcher for the Lions. And she tagged one. That's a... So we got 2 down. Segala up, the shortstop. Audrey. And Audrey. She walked her last time up. Oh, out in front of that pitch. Nice off-speed pitch by Moore. Trying to keep these hitters off balance here as they've been sort of teeing off on her the last few. That bounce in front, that gets away, and the runners move up. Now they got runners on second and third. 2 away here. And I tell you, this 5-1, boy, a single could go a long ways here. Get the Lions right back in this match. Oh, and she gets hit as she tried to go inside to Moore. Moore tried to. Hit her on the shoulder.
Maintenant au bâton numéro 33, Emma Chamoun.
Number 33, Emma Chamoun. And Emma's, she popped out her last time at the plate. And we're having a little catch your breath. Yeah, left shoulder. I think it cut her in the left shoulder, but sometimes you get that shooting pain that goes down the arm. Ice is our friend. After. If it's a little sore now, it'd be really sore come tomorrow. When she tries to go to sleep tonight and she's over on her right side and then all of a sudden she rolls over to her left and she realizes, I got hit by a pitch there. Bad idea. Zagala. Yeah. Now we've got the bases loaded here. This is an exciting juncture of this game. 2 out, bases loaded, up to the plate. Number 33, Emma Chameau, and she gets a hit. It falls in. 1 run comes across. She's going to third, and they let that run cross. 2 runs on a big single.
Maintenant, bâton numéro 15, Tamara McKinty.
5-3 now. The Tigers have answered here in the bottom of the 4th. McGinty last time up reached on base with an error. And she hits it right up the middle. And another run comes in. They're holding on to the ball there rather than getting it into the center. And look, oh yeah, that's a poor decision there. And you see that quite a bit is everyone's telling them that everybody wants the ball, right? And what happened, center fielder got it. And she hesitated, like she was going to go home first, and then she threw it to third, which she couldn't get the runner. The runner at first scene where she was throwing the ball took second. So now you've got second and third again. This is what gives coaches gray hair. Everyone's trying to do the right thing, but what happens sometimes is you get players with the ball, and they got to know where. There's a decision that has to be made on where do I throw it to, and where can we least limit the damage. And that time there was a hesitation, and in the center field's defense, everyone was calling for the ball. She saw the runner in her vision going to third, so she threw it to third, not realizing the runner at first took off to second and took it. So now Levine, with this walking approach that she has been successful. She's singled both times so far this game, so she's 2 for 2. Wild pitch, and guess what? The game is all tied up. They threw it away again, and they go ahead. And the Tigers, the wheel has sort of fallen off here, and the bottom of the 4th. And there's just a lack of concentration, just a bit. And there's a pitch that gets by, and 1 run, and then a sort of a wild pitch. There's a single by Levine again, and she is 3 for 3. She's having a great day at the plate. And the catcher was trying to get it quickly to the pitcher. It got high, a little wide, and went wild. And then the runner, very alert base running by the Lions, come running across the plate. And there's a pop-up. That just might fall in, as it does. And the runner's going to go third base looking for a throw. And this time they hold the runners to first and third.
Au bâton numéro 20, Maya Bertrand-Nagy.
And there's...
Good job, Maddie. Good job, Pat.
The runner at second was out. So that means a batter will come up to bat in the 5th inning.
After 4 complete innings, après 4 manches au complet, Mississauga Tigers 5, les Lions du Lac-Saint-Louis 6.
So 6-5 for the Lions. And that was and all that started. They had 2 out, and then was hit by a pitch. A single drove in 2 RBIs, another single drove in an RBI, and 2 more back-to-back singles before the runner got thrown out at second base. So another 2-out rally. We've seen, this is only our second game, but we've seen quite a few 2-out rallies already today. 6-5, Lions. So starting it off for the Tigers to get back in there after being up 3-0, 3-1, 5-1, and now they're behind 6-5. So let's see how they respond to a little bit of adversity. And the catcher, Judo. Heads to the shortstop. Nice throw to first base. 1 out.
Now batting number 6, Victoria Lopez.
Lopez back up. And Lopez walked her last time up. As you can see, she has a small strike zone and a good eye to boot. So let's see if she can do this time to get a runner on base for the Tigers. And there's a nice swing. She was on that pitch. Fouled it right straight back. That means her timing was good. Just a little underneath it. Sauve, off-speed shot. And she's throwing a couple of fastballs. See if she get her chasing that off-speed one. But Lopez had wanting nothing to do with that. Just low. Nice pitch there. Nice Sauve. She'd like to keep the bases clear here after her team came back strong there in that last inning. She'd love to have a 1-2-3 inning. There's a foul pitch by Lopez again. Battling tough here. Fifth inning. And she gets her on striking out, a swinging strike. So that's 2 away. But as we have seen in previous, sometimes the toughest out is the last one.
Now batting for the Tigers, number 26, Ava Di Fiore.
Di Fiore is up, second base. High. Two out. First 2 ground out and a strikeout. Chloe Sauve pitching for the Lions. 3-0 here. And that's ball 4, walked on 4 pitches.
Up next for the Tigers, number 99, Abby Williams.
Abby Williams up. She grounded out last time, but she had a great at-bat. Fouled off some pitches. Made Sauve work for the out before she eventually grounded out. Yep. Solveig's lost the strike zone here the last few seconds. She should get it back. Another high one. 3-1. Runners on first. Caught the outside corner. 3-2. Full count now. 2 away. And outside, another back-to-back walks here in the 5th after getting 2 quick outs.
Our next batter, number 9, Ariane Leroux.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
It's a pop-up. Nice play by Sauve. That was LaRue with a pop-out. So ends the threat. And the Lions come to the bottom of the 5th now to see if they can add to their lead. You can't have an event like this. There's 3 important things that you need to host, whether it be a provincial championship, maritime, Atlantic, national. First of all, you got to have great venues, and that's a big check mark here in Quispamsis and Rossay. Second of all, you have to have a local champion that's willing to put their hand up and say, yes, we would enjoy having the opportunity to host such an event, and you have that. And then the third thing that's obviously important, we talked about sponsorship being very important. But the third thing that's very important is volunteers. You could have outstanding venues and you could have some real keen people in your community that want to host, but if you don't have the volunteers, then you can't have a championship. And some of those volunteers come in a couple different forms. Like I know Kelly and Brad and their committee, their host committee has been meeting over the last number of months for all the different contingencies that they have to do to host. And some people don't want to do that. But there are people who say, listen, the weekend it comes, you let me know and I would love to help out. And those people from a volunteer base are extremely important too. So kudos to all the many volunteers that raise their hands to help out amateur sport, to give these young ladies an experience that they'll never forget. And obviously we talked about the the sponsorships, and again you need the money to be able to host a quality event. And there's great little prizes. The teams get gift packages. There's player of the games to host. So kudos and thank you to all the many moving parts that make these events successful. Now let's get back to the game, and we got number 20 up for Quebec, and that's Nagy. And her last time up, she singled, and she was at the plate when the runner got called out at second base. Pitching for the Tigers now was playing first base is Abby Steen. And moving to first, it takes Abby's spot there at first, is Sarah Benoit.
La prochaine frappeuse, numéro 5, Zoé Larrivée.
Laverae is up for the Tigers. Her first time up today. Zoe Laverae. Whoa, there's a nice one. That might fall in. Yes, it does. And she's going for 2. And no, she's going for 3. Let me take that back. And she makes a slide in. Wow. What a great hit. And a good piece of base running. And of course, that makes the coaches look really good when you insert a player into the lineup and she comes up and she gets a triple. I'm a coach myself, so kudos to the coaching staff for that. But big kudos to Zoe for getting an awesome hit there and great base running. Lori Dubuc next up. And Lori last time up had a single. And she would love to get a single this time to bring in that run. Lions are currently up 6-5 on the Tigers after the Tigers were up 5-1. Bottom of the 5th. I'm totally impressed with these pitchers, with these young ladies that can throw underhand, because I tried it, and it would hit the backstop or the ground. I don't know how they do it. I was a first baseman when I played softball because I'm 6'4", and my third baseman used to throw me curveballs. But since I was 6'4", I had a good range. And there's a walk. Walk as good as a hit. So we got runners on first and third now. But I always used to get a kick out, like when he would throw. It's just the way he threw the ball over the top, and it was a natural curve. And as soon as he would throw it, you see his head go down. Because it started on my left side, and by the time it finished on my right. But since I was left-handed, I was all right because I had a good reach to my right side. But I always got to, and he always apologized afterwards. Geez, Keith, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for that. I felt like saying, why did the coach put you on third base? Could we have someone that could throw the ball straight over it? Anyway, the fun and games of softball. There's a bunt, but that goes foul. Got runners in second and third now. I mean, if you got a runner on third base and you're on first, it's almost a green light to steal because it's they don't want to throw it in case that runner from third takes off. So here we are. High. Sear, the catcher, in the batter's box. That's high. Sears last time out, she popped out. So she would like to get her first here this afternoon. There's a bouncer at shortstop. A nice catch and an out at first. She drives a run in though. So she got it in play to drive that run in. So now there's 2 away. Steen is the new pitcher here starting off this inning. Abby was playing first base to start the game, and she's moved in, taken over for Kara Moore. There's a hit down the first base, easily picked up, and by number 14, for the Tigers. Sarah Benoit.
After 5 complete innings, après 5 manches au complet, les Mississauga Tigers 5, les Lions du Lac-Saint-Louis 7.
7-5 now. Top of the 6th. The sun is out here on a beautiful afternoon at Meehan's Cove Park in Quispamsis, New Brunswick. For you just tuning in, you want to know where that's at. It's about a 15-minute drive outside of St. John on the way if you're heading towards Moncton, New Brunswick. And, of course, I know a lot of folks up in Quebec. Outside of Moncton is Parley Beach. And Parley Beach, the warmest water north of the Carolinas. And a lot of our friends from the Belle Province enjoy coming down to Parley Beach in the summertime to go camping or rent cottages up there and enjoy the warm water and the hospitality of the town of Shediac. And from Shediac to Moncton, you're only about a 15-minute drive, so you're not very far. But, hey, you're in the Maritimes. You're never very far from anything anyhow. Weber, Navana Weber is first time up for the Tigers. Gets her first bit of championship action. But yeah, from here to Prince Edward Island is about 3.5-hour drive. You're about 3 hours and 45 minutes to Halifax, Nova Scotia. And from here, you're about 7.5 hours to Boston, and 7.5 hours to Quebec City. So you're pretty well. You're not too bad of a drive for anything. So here we are, top of the 6th, 7-5. Lions have come roaring back here, being down 3-0, and then they were down 5-1. And they came back with 2 out.
Now batting
in the 4th inning to take a lead 6-5. They added another one in the 5th to go up 7-5. Zucchero, the shortstop, well, at least she was the shortstop starting this game off. And she walked her last time up. Chloe Sauvé is still pitching for the Lions. She's done a great job since she came in. And she walks. Good eye.
The next batter, number 19, Kiera Moore.
Kiera Moore started off the game pitching, and Kiera got a double her last time up. There's a pop-up, and that's going to be out of play to our right. One out and one on. That bounced, and the runner takes off for second, makes it without a throw. So Tigers need to answer here. They don't want to get into the last at-bats being down at least 2 runs. They would love to tie it up here or take the lead. But got to get on base. And they've got one runner on, and she's on second. There's a ball to short. Nice throw over. Runner goes to third. Now,
batting number 11, Abby Steen.
Now the catcher has got to be much more aware now of blocking that ball. Because now with a runner on third base, if the ball gets by her, run scores. And here's Abby Steen. She would like to help her cause as she is now pitching. And she would dearly love to get a hit here to cut that deficit to 1. Yeah. Chloe didn't look, Abby wasn't quite ready in the batter's box. She looked at her. Okay, she's now ready. Let the games begin. Just outside. Good eye. Nice strike on that outside corner. Two strikes. 2 out. Runner on third. Strike 3, a big strikeout for Sauve, leaving that runner stranded on third base. So now what's happening? What's happening with these afterwards? Is it being archived? Does it go to Softball New Brunswick? What happens? Because some people are asking that question. Okay. Okay. So that's a question to be found out, then we can announce it, right? So that was the first inquiry. I imagine there'll be many more, but because that's all, as the weekend moves on, they're going, oh, can we watch that somewhere? Especially the teams that win. Well, we move to the bottom of the 6th inning here. 7-5. The Lions of Lac St. Louis of Quebec, the #1 seed out of Quebec, taking on Mississauga Tigers, Ontario's #2 seed, up 7-5. Tigers were up 3-0. Lions responded with 1 run. And then the Tigers in the 4th inning went up 5-1. But the bottom, the Lions answered with 5 runs of their own to go up 6-5, and they tacked on another one in the 5th.
Numéro 33, Emma Chamoun.
Emma Chamoun is up. Emma had last time up a single with 2 RBIs, and that was part of that big rally. Oh, she was on that pitch too, just underneath it. Another good swing. That was one with just outside though. 2 strikes. 1 ball. Oh, she went after a low one. And she struck out there.
Maintenant au bâton numéro 15, Tamara McGinty.
Tamara McGinty had a single her last time up, as well as an RBI in that rally in the fourth. There's a hit to the shortstop. Nice throw over to first base for 2 outs.
La prochaine au bâton numéro 51, Mathilde Lavigne.
Lavigne, she also had a single her last time. 2 out here, and that's what the Tigers want. Tigers want, let's get 1, 2, 3 in. Let's get back at bats here. Let's tie this thing up. And Lavigne has a unique approach as she sort of takes a walking step into the ball. And you can't argue with the results as she's 3 for 3. And as you say in the coaching profession, whatever works. She's comfortable with that, her style, her technique. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Took a swipe at that one. Looks like she's trying to slap it down the third baseline. 2 and 2 here. 2 out in the 6th. Brody Walsh is the home plate umpire this afternoon, and controlling the bases is his cohort, Doug Young. And strike 3, and that will do it for the Lions in the 6th. And a 1-2-3 inning, just what the doctor ordered for the Tigers.
Après 6 manches au complet, Mississauga Tigers 5, les Lions du Lac-Saint-Louis 7.
So the time is now for the Tigers, top of the 7th. Last potential at bats. And our next action for these ladies will be Ontario will play, the Tigers will play tomorrow morning at 8:30 against Prince Edward Island, and number 1 seed from Prince Edward Island. They're from Charlottetown. And the Quebec ladies, they get a little bit of a sleep in. They don't have to play to 10:30, and they will play the girls from Oromocto, the number 1 seed from New Brunswick. So Oromocto is just about a 15-minute drive south of Fredericton, New Brunswick, our capital city. A great sporting community in its own right, Oromocto. So here we go, the top of the 7th.
In the top of the 7th inning, the first batter for the Tigers, number 17, Madeline Junot.
Junot up. Madeline last time she struck out. And there is what you need to start off the rally with a solid single to left field.
The next batter, number 6, Victoria Lopez.
And Lopez walked her last time. Oh, good eye. She won it. She offered a little bit of it, but thought better of it. There she was on that pitch. Just a little underneath it. High. Lopez. Eyes focused. All business here in the 7th. Didn't like that pitch either. Good eye. Victoria Lopez, she plays left field for these Tigers. That's low again, and she's on base. And the rally is underway here. 2-1.
Number 26, Ava Di Fiore.
Fiore, nobody out. And the question is Chloe getting a little tired out there? Sauve, warm day. So here is a big at-bat. DeFourier struck out her last time. And I think she's just trying to advance those runners. Looking at her third base coach, he's giving the signs. And he wants contact. Get that ball on the ground. If we're going to bunt it, get those runners in scoring position. She's taking a full cut at this one. And she just missed about a good swing. First and second, nobody out. Now she bunts, she takes back though. Little offer, didn't like where it was located at, so she hauled the bat back. That's in the dirt, and boy, the job has been done without a swing of the bat. The runners have moved up to second and third. The tying run at second. Nobody out here in the seventh. And I can tell you right now, these runs come in, Tigers go, we're not trying to tie the thing, we're trying to win the thing. But Lions have an at-bat yet, so let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Still 7-5. And now the bases are loaded. And I think there might have to be a decision here. And here comes the coach. We started off the inning with a single and back-to-back walks here. And he's got to ask, yeah, he's taking the ball. Yeah, good call, because I just sort of noticed, I said when that single came, that was a solid single, and then she walked the next girl, and as they say, the spring has sprung. So they're bringing in and since they don't have numbers in the front of their jerseys, this makes it a little bit more challenging to see who it is pitching. And I see a 2. 28. Merci beaucoup, monsieur. And that's Jin. Jin is back. She started the game. So I guess you're allowed to do that. So let's see if she can finish it. She got down 3-0, and that's when Chloe came in. And Chloe has done a good job.
Now batting number 4, Deanna Stenhouse.
Whoa. The first one, but no one can move anywhere. So that's a good work by the catcher. Keeping the runners there. Just want to keep everyone safe here. They had little guy was leaning out of the dugout. Don't want to get hit with a pitch or anything. Bases are loaded here, folks. Oh, and no, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-1. She didn't like the location of that pitch for her. That's all right. Still a hitter's count. 1-2. I mean 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Delirious. I'm getting dehydrated. 2-2 now. There's Jen getting her, finding the zone now. Wouldn't change a thing. If I was in, let's give her another heater in there. She's in the zone. And there she got it. Big strikeout. Boy,
Now batting for the Tigers, number 14, Sarah Benoit.
take your tape. Sarah Benoit is up at the dish. Inside. She's got no place to put her. 1 out. Tigers down 7-5, but they're threatening here in the top of the 7th. There's a nice pitch. Good block, keeping that runner at third base. 3 balls and 1 strike, and we've got no place to put. Ball 4. 7-6.
The next batter for the Tigers, number 2, Zanaya Jackson.
Jackson next up. Zanaya flied out her last time out. It's a good pitch there. So we've got 1 out. We've got the bases loaded. Jackson. Tell me the heart rate is not going a little fast. That was a good pitch, was low and away. Still got 1 camera out. Strike 3. No, a big, huge out. 2 out. 7-6.
Number 28, Ella Zucchero.
7-6. Base is still loaded. 7-6, 2 away. That's high. Zucchero inside. And last time up, she walked. So, she's got a good eye at the plate. And she singled the time before that. Another inside pitch. Three balls and no strikes. That's a strike. 3-1. Inside, another walk. And that game is tied up. And our 2 RBIs
Now
came
batting, number 19,
the results of
Sierra
walks.
Moore.
And that is what give coaches gray hair, or simply just pull their hair out. That's one of the two. And now, bases loaded, 2 out. And more. Pitch on the outside corner, painting the block. This is the top of the 7th. Tigers has responded with 2 runs to tie it up here. then they're looking for more. Off speed, just a little high. And she struck her out, and she doesn't have to throw it because the bases were loaded. But boy, the Tigers came back to tie it up at 7s. So you want to check that? Fourth time's the charm. I don't know. Well, we've got a barn burner here, folks. 7-7 is, and the Lions are up to bat. In the top of the 7 started off with a single with the Tigers, and then 2 back-to-back walks, and that was it for Chloe Sauve. And Jin replaced her, and she got a strikeout. But then there was a walk that brought in a run, and then there was another strikeout, and then she walked another batter that brought in another run to tie, and then she struck out the last one to give us a 7-7 score here. And Jin, the pitcher, is up to bat. And she had a single her last time up, so. And that's what you want now if you're a Lions fan, is base runners. Because if the Tigers can do it, you can do it too. But they only need one run, and the game will be over. And I can tell you, these games, each game's huge. In this format, and here they are, both teams. I mean, great work. Tigers got off to an early lead. The Lions came roaring back, and in the top of the 7th, there's a hit, and that's going to fall in, and it gets by, and she's going to second. And there it is, a winning run. So that is a single and an error by the outfielder there. And now the Tigers are discussing their strategies here. So important. And we seen it earlier today where there was a runner on second and a girl hit the ball, and the center fielder got the ball, hesitated, saw the runner going to third base, so she threw it, which was going to be late. But the first base runner saw it, her throwing it, and she took second. So all of a sudden, rather than having runners on first and third, they had runners in second and third, and that was just because of a throwing to the wrong base. So now you've got the winning run on second, nobody out. There's a bunt, lovely bunt. Get the runner over to third base. And out at first on the sacrifice. The runners now.
Au bâton maintenant, numéro 5, Zoé Larrivée.
And Zoe Lavere is coming into the game, and Zoe, when she came into the game, I just want to make sure I get this correct because I don't want to miss. She got a triple, I believe. Here we go. There we are. Thank you. We're looking at the wrong column. Yeah, she did get a triple her first time up. So all she needs now, because there's only one out, she just needs to get this on the ground. Now you think they would call the bunt? Oof, oof. Let's see what happens, because there's only one out. She just needs to get that ball on the ground. Now let's see what's going to be called there. Now, like, the coaches know her better than I do. She's a good swinger, and she get a good contact hitter. Anything, beat it on the ground. And the Tigers have got to play their infield in, and it's got to be hit right at them, because that runner is going to be going. Stay tuned, folks. Don't you dare turn that channel. There is. It's a bunt. Didn't like it. It's outside. Ooh, took a healthy swing at that one. Keeping the defense on their toes. Just don't let it be a foregone conclusion. It's going to be a bunt. She's showing bunt again. Too high. 2 balls, 1 strike, I believe, is the call. 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. 7-7 is our score. Oh, she missed that one. That's 2-2 now. And she's looking down at her third base coach. He gives a sign. Boy, this is a big out here. Steen with the windup. Fouls it off. Staying alive. Popped it up again. Getting her hacks in. Thinking about, okay, where she's pitching at, where the ball, the location of the pitch. She's looking for a zone. Again, she just wants to beat it hard on the ground if she can. And a big strikeout. Huge strikeout for Steen and the Tigers.
Au batteur numéro 34, Laurie.
Now there's 2 away. And the defense can play back a little bit, especially the infield. Dubé. Abby Steen is the pitcher for the Tigers. 7-7. Winning run on third base, 2 away. And there's a foul ball. And my car is parked well enough away. I don't mind walking a little extra further rather than phoning the glass man to repair, or worse yet, a dent. Oh my God, that'd be awful. Can't even think about that. Hi. One ball, 2 strikes. Two and 2. Woo! I don't know about you guys. I hope you're excited, because I'm excited. Not too late to drive down here, you know, folks. Especially you folks from Quebec. Okay, that's a shot. Okay, 1 ball, 2. Okay, now it's 2 and 2. I can't see the umpire. I'm blocked by the screen, but okay. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There you go. And there's a hit. Well struck. Jackson going back. It's over his head. It's won. The game is over. And she just keeps on running. It's over. Winning run. A triple. And that's the thing about that ball, just carried, and that wind is blowing from left to right there too, right? And that just got over Jackson's head as it just kept carrying, just out of her reach. But what a great game.
Final score, Mississauga Tigers 7, the Lions from Lac Saint Louis 8.
And we're going to stick around for Player of the Game awards. But thank you so much for tuning in to watch the 2019 Eastern Canadian U14 Girls Fast Pitch Championships, presented by 360 Live and powered by Bell & Lion. My name is Keith Rains, and just a great match, 8-7. Like they went back and forth, excitement, runners on base, trying to get bunts, and boy, real good game there. And that's a great, tough one to lose, great one to win. And don't worry, the Quebec girl, I think they got little presents for the, they got pins. The Lions have pins for the Ontario girls. And now we're going to have a presentation of player of the games, and we'll pass that over to our PA announcer. And once again, we're going to have a little break here, and, I guess not too much of a break because the game was supposed to start at 4 o'clock. Well, that's not happening. And for you Ontario, Quebec folks, Ontario Tigers will be playing tomorrow morning 8:30 against
Great
PI.
game, Maxine Lee.
And Quebec will be playing at 10:30 against New Brunswick.
Good luck the rest of the way. Our MVP for today is 17, Madeline.
And that's number 17, Madeline Juno, the catcher for Ontario.
Once again, the Tigers, great game. Just like every time we face each other, tight game. Thank you very much once again. Le joueur du match pour les Lions, Laurie Dubuc.
And the girl with the winning hit, Laurie Dubuc. And we'll take a short break here just to catch our breath, and we'll come back for New Brunswick 1, taking on the host, KV Dynamite.